It's the morning after the musical night before.
Oh, it was epic.
It is just after 8:30, so I thought Phoebe might sleep a bit longer because she wasn't in bed till midnight. We've got someone come to visit us.
Come on.
Oh, she's purring like a helicopter. I am making a very simple breakfast of very soft food, and that is because when we were on the train on our way home last night, my tooth broke. Which sounds really alarming, but it actually happens more regularly for me than I would like to say. I have really, really weak teeth, and I completely blame my dad. He had really, really weak teeth. Dan's got brilliant teeth. He barely looks after them. I look after mine brilliantly.
And that's why me and Lilia have brilliant teeth as well.
Yeah, the girls have inherited the good teeth, so that's good. So I've got a hole in my tooth, a missing filling and half a missing tooth basically. So I'm just making a very simple breakfast of a peanut butter sandwich so that I can eat it on the right side of my mouth in small bites. Yeah, not an ideal way to finish an otherwise absolutely brilliant day yesterday. But I've got an appointment at 12:10 with my dentist, and hopefully whether they can sort it out on a temporary basis or sort it out properly, either way it's going to cost me way too much money. But I want to get it sorted out because it's a 4-day bank holiday coming up from tomorrow, and it's my birthday on Tuesday, so I don't want to end up going to the dentist on my birthday. These things are sent to try us. Hello, I might look slightly different. I've just been and had my hair cut because I was booked in to have my hair cut at 10:30. So I texted my hairdresser and said, look, I've got to be at the dentist for 12:10. If I wash my hair before I come, can we get it all done and dusted by 11:30? And she was like, yep, absolutely, we'll get it done. So I've still managed to go and have my fringe trimmed and my hair neatened up, so that's all ready for my birthday. And if I get time, I might even be able to get rid of the greys before my birthday as well. So it is now just coming up for 11:30, so I'm going to put my sat nav on because I don't know how to get to my dentist from where my hairdresser lives, and film a little bit with the GoPro of the journey to the dentist. Everything is very warm today. It is about 18 degrees like yesterday, which is very warm and sunny, and there's blossom everywhere and the whole world smells of cut grass basically. Everyone I think is out in their gardens doing a bit of gardening. So it's great because spring is here, but at the same time I struggle a little bit with that. I'm aware that we're going to start to build up to noise and so on. I find the good weather takes some adjustment to the noise that it brings with it. I'm going to stop going on about it though, because I promised, didn't I, that I'm going to try and embrace the seasons for the good and not bemoan them for the bad. So sunglasses on. Oh, I better check I've got my mask because I'm going to the dentist and they still require masks. And let's get going. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to speak to you very well because I'm very numb. Have you ever seen that sketch that Michael McIntyre does when he's at the dentist? Just have to search for it on YouTube. Michael McIntyre dentist, where he goes, the dentist is driving. Oh, I love that. Anyway, I feel like I've been beaten up. That was not an easy filling, and I've had a few. There was some decay underneath, which is why it had crumbled. So we got rid of the decay. It's just very difficult to say that. And cleaned it all up and built it all up again and refilled it. I've got a white filling now rather than a silver one. And yeah. So I think I'm going to shut up and talk to you when I'm no longer numb. Okay, to distract myself from not being able to eat because I'm still too numb, I am going to have a look at what I'm going to plant. I'm going to need to flip everything around a bit. That'll do. So you'll still hear the rumbling of the roadworks going on outside. They are putting down the final layer of tarmac today. So I am definitely going to be growing these tumbling cherry tomatoes. We grow these every year. They're fairly low maintenance and we can hang them high up away from the chickens' beaks when they are finally allowed out again. So I'm going to plant some of these today to distribute around the garden later in the season. I got this, 99p, and it's got 8 types of creepers and climbers. So I thought I might give them a go. I've been putting off planting things, just like, oh, but it might not work. But I figured, well, I'll just plant them and find out. So I'm going to plant some of these. We all love broad beans, but we've never grown any. So I thought I'd give broad beans a go, although I'm not entirely sure how much support they're going to need. Oh, it doesn't say. Oh well, I'm going to sow a couple of these and then I'll work out how to grow them on when they're happy. I've got a seed pencil here. It's spinach, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. Oh, the seed's in the top of it. I might grow some spinach. I like spinach. What else have we got? I've got some more basket tomatoes from last year. I might throw some of those in as well. I've got some seed bombs. These are wildflowers from memory. Yes, wildflower seed bombs. I grew some of these last year, so I'm going to plant some from another batch. I had like wildflower Easter eggs. So I'll grow some of these, which were a lovely gift. They look like sweets. I'll pop a few of these out. I might do that a bit later on though, but I remember that I've got those. These were the plantable eggs that we had. Ruby and Bow. I got them off Etsy and they grew really well. So they're always fun to have. Mixed salad leaves. These go brilliantly. I've grown these for the last 2 or 3 years and we've had great success with them. So I'm definitely going to get a pot of these on the go. I think before I plant these though, I'll have to have a bit of a sort out of all my pots and work out which pot I can dedicate for lettuce, because that should keep us going throughout spring and summer and a little bit into autumn. I'll just keep replanting. Giant sunflowers. We've already got one on the go, but I definitely want to get a couple more for the end of the garden. Cucumber, might give it a go. Oh, and we didn't do these last year. Cherry tomato pear drops. Thought they sounded really interesting, so I'm definitely going to plant some of these. And some more cascading cherry tomatoes, another type. Spring onions we've had great success with over the last couple of years. They are so easy to grow, so I'm definitely going to shove these in a pot as well. And again, they're going to have to wait until I've sorted out all my pots. I think I need to get some new pots. Beetroot. Never grown beetroot before. Says we can sow outdoors in April and May, so I might give that a go. I tend to not sow directly into the ground, but do most of my growing in pots. So we'll see how those turn out. Chamomile. I had great success 2 years ago and none at all last year, but I don't need to grow any because my friend Gaina of Tales from Cuckoo Land sent me a whole load of chamomile from her garden and I'm still drinking it. And so I don't need to grow any more this year. And these are sunflowers for the border and I didn't have any luck with them growing last year, so I might give them another go, see if I can get them going this year. There you go, there's the plans. I'm going to start shoving things in pots whilst my mouth comes back to feeling. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. I've just come through to the living room and I'm attempting to drink a Diet Coke. I'm still really numb. So he injected, what, at about midday today? So it's like over 3 hours ago now. Let me know if I'm drooling. Yeah, so it was over 3 hours ago now and it still feels so numb, and he's cut my tongue. I feel like I've been in a fight, my jaw is aching. He's done a good job though. I just can't feel anything. So I'm going to have a bath because the heat supposedly might improve the blood flow and that will help the numbness go, because I can't eat anything. So I'm going to take my iPad into the bath and finish editing the vlog for today there. But whenever I'm editing, I always watch, you know, I'm always editing the clips together and I always remember things that I wanted to say and completely forget. So today I'm going to do the things that are in my head. Hamilton last night was absolutely amazing. The guy that was playing Hamilton was not the guy that is the main Hamilton, the guy that would normally play Hamilton. Also, he wasn't the alternate either. They have a group of members of the company who are called swings. I learnt this from Lilia and Phoebe. They're called swings and their job is to learn several parts so they can jump in and out of parts, and he was incredible. If he has learnt that and several other parts as well, honestly, goodness knows what the actual guy that plays Hamilton was like, because the guy that we had was just second to none. He was amazing. What a voice and what a talent, and to learn all those, it's so fast, Hamilton. There's so many really fast lyrics and raps and stuff, and it's so clever. And the three girls playing, Eliza and Angelica and Peggy, particularly the actress that played Eliza, what's her name? Got the programme here. Okay, so the actor that played Hamilton was Jake Halsey-Jones, and the actress that played Eliza Hamilton was Sharon Rose, and she was actually in Jingle Jangle, I think. Yeah, she played Joanne Jangle in the Netflix film Jingle Jangle, which I've spoken about before. The girls really enjoyed that film. And she was amazing because she has some really big songs, that character. And the guy that played Aaron Burr, sometimes when we watch Hamilton, I do think that the main character, your main characters are really Aaron Burr and Eliza Hamilton. Anyway, I'm nerding out. I'm going to stop going into depth about it, but we were just on a high. We had such a lovely day. We really enjoyed our girls' company, and that was lovely. It was lovely to see them in London. We haven't been in a while. You know, they're getting more streetwise, and you know, it's just, and to be able to show them some of our old haunts and stuff, it was just the most perfect day, and I'm so excited that we were able to do that. I feel very lucky. So that was one thing I wanted to say. Dan is looking at me through the window. Very off-putting. He's out cleaning the car. Have you cleaned my car? He's doing mine tomorrow, apparently. He's been out there for hours doing his, polishing it. He got me out, he called me out there to show me how he polished out the scratches.
Tell him why I clean the car.
Oh, yeah. Lilia was sick all over the car. So basically, Phoebe's got a friend over. They're upstairs in her room. But she lives quite a way away down the motorway, but the motorway was completely snarled up. Something was happening along the motorway. In fact, I filmed the result of that on some of the back roads on my way to the dentist. And so they had to go a really wiggledy way, and Lilia gets car sick, and she just suddenly was like, I'm going to be sick. So she opened the window and went all over the car, so Dan had to clean it up. She's fine, she was just car sick, but yeah, so that was eventful. Yeah, so that was one of the things I wanted to say. I was just saying how much we loved Hamilton. I'm actually just rambling uncontrollably. Brilliant. It was brilliant. And the guy that played the king, he was amazing as well. So, and I also want to answer a couple of questions. So the first one was from Lynn, who's a relatively new subscriber. And she said, do you do a lot of trips out? Yes, we do. In fact, if you go back into our videos, you'll see loads and loads of trips out. And last year I did a vlogs all the way through our Scottish holiday. And yeah, if you go and have a look, we do loads. Do you do any other crafts? Yes, I do knitting, crochet, and clay modelling, needle felting. I've tried a bit of cross stitch, but I want to try a bit more of it. I draw, I like watercolours, I like sewing, but I'm not very good at it. What else do I like to do? Am I missing something? I don't know. Yeah, anything. I'll give anything a go. I love crafts. Yeah. Nadine pointed out that maybe my thyroid is out of whack because I've been feeling really dodgy on and off. Yes, that could be a factor, but I had a recent blood test that showed my thyroid's all right. But that's a good point. Thanks, Nadine. Very sweet to see you and Dan holding hands. Yeah, it doesn't happen often. He was quite surprised. And what was the other question I had? Or just something I wanted to respond to? Oh, did you ever find out why one of your chickens was laying a rubber egg? Okay, I've had quite a few questions about this. So yes, we did. We knew when I was filming it, we knew what had happened. We had fed them too much spinach. We've been giving them spinach every day. Spinach contains a certain acid which prevents the absorption of calcium. So even though they have a ready supply of oyster shell, which we scatter every day, but they've also got little pots of it about that they can help themselves, because chickens eat oyster shell to help with their calcium, to produce the eggshells. We also feed their own eggshells back to them. We dry them out, crush them up, and they eat those. So they get plenty of calcium, but one of them, Cloud, couldn't absorb the calcium because she'd obviously been getting most of the spinach. So once we stopped the spinach, 2 days later, everything was back to normal. We haven't had any problems since. There are other reasons why you can get rubber eggs, but on this occasion, that was it. So yes, we did solve it and we're back to having normal eggs again. Oh, and I wanted to say thank you as well to everyone for being so lovely about Lilia's charity shop bargain dress the other day. She looks so lovely in it. It was really nice of you to compliment her. Right, I've been talking for about 8 minutes now, so I better go and check that my bath isn't overflowing. I want to show you a dish that Dan and I have recently started having and that we're really enjoying, because I do get into a bit of a food rut. Let me flip the camera around. I know that I've slightly ruined my new hair, and it looks a little bit now like I've got Lego hair because I had a bath, but I didn't wash my hair because it's all nice and clean. I'll straighten it properly tomorrow. I've got a dye it as well. Yes, so I wanted to share with you a meal that Dan and I have been having recently, and I get into a real food rut with things. I get really bored of food, and when we had this, it really it was nice. We both really enjoyed it, and it was nice to just find something that was actually enjoying. So basically, I've got a slightly oiled baking sheet. There's nothing on it, nothing to line it or anything. It's just a good baking sheet that's lightly oiled. And then I've also got some lightly oiled kale on here, so I just put it in a bowl and lightly coated it in some olive oil. And I'm going to sprinkle on a little bit of salt, not too much because Dan is watching his salt. You don't need much. And I'm going to cook it once everything else is ready, in the oven for about, I can't remember what it was. I think it was about 2 minutes. And then I'm going to add some eggs directly onto the baking tray and bake everything together in the oven for about another 3 or 4 minutes. And hopefully, if it goes as it has in the past, it's going to be lovely. And then I just top it with whatever we fancy. So we're going to have some roasted vegetables. I've got some orange pepper, courgette, cherry tomatoes, and just seasoned it. And I've got some vegetarian black pudding, which is amazing. So I'm going to either grill or fry that and chop it up and have that on it as well. And that is going to be Dan and my dinner. Dan and I's dinner. Our dinner for Dan and I. And then we've got to go and pick Lilia up. She's at her boyfriend's this afternoon. Phoebe's friend has gone home, so Phoebe's upstairs having a shower. And we're all feeling a little bit tired after last night. So we're going to have a nice chilled out night. It feels like a Friday because, of course, is this really pointing up at me? That's no better at all, is it? Yeah, can't remember what I was saying. Going to get on with cooking. Okay, so the kale has had about 2 minutes and the tray is nice and hot. So what I'm going to do is make a little hole, 2 little holes on the tray. Try to work quite quickly. Okay, egg number 1 and egg number 2. Get that straight back in the oven. I'm going to have a look at it after 3 minutes. I don't want to overcook it, but I don't want to undercook it either. Here we go. I think they're looking quite good, but we won't know until they're over or undercooked until we dig in. So let's get it served up.
Oh. Oh, yes. Please.
That's perfect. It's just the yolk that's running, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yum. Oh, Phoebe, I think I want to live here, surrounded by squishmallows and fairy lights. Phoebe has now made a squishmallow den.
Because I have a cabin bed.
Yes, we are under her bed, basically, and we're surrounded by squishmallows. What are you hiding over there?
Nothing.
Are they birthday things?
That's confidential information.
Anyway, Phoebe's going to help me finish the vlog.
This is my newest Squishmallow.
We'll finish on the Squishmallows today. When I do on the screen, thank you for watching, we'll finish with the Squishmallows and you can all feel zen. But she's going to help me finish by opening some of my birthday advent. I've lost track because I forgot to open one yesterday.
Right next to me.
So let's work out how many we've got
Blake
left.
and Sophie and Francis. Behind me is Eloise. Behind Mum. If you're a Squishmallow fan, you'll be jealous of this one. Ronnie the cow.
Ronnie the cow.
And I have him in a big size. If you're a Squishmallow fan, you better be jealous.
Can I show my favourite one?
You're sitting on Desmond, Mum.
Sorry.
Her favourite one is Ray, who
Ray.
you'll also be jealous of if you're a Squishmallow
Ray
fan.
the shark, because look at his mouth. He's like, wee!
In his tag it says he's shy, and I thought that was really cute.
So, I need one for my birthday, one for my birthday eve, one for the 17th, one for the 16th, one for the 15th, so that leaves 2. So do you want to select 2 to open now?
That one looks cool.
Flat one, okay.
I'm going to choose a flat one. And this one.
Okay.
It's sticky notes. So these are post-it notes, well, sticky notes, and they're in like a little sheep shape. They're so cute.
I'm going to leave everyone sheep notes.
And ooh,
what are you showing? Are you showing the back?
yeah, from. Can you focus it, please? Thank you. The neon sheep.
Neon sheep. Oh, I love those. Thank you, Dominique. In case you don't know, I've got a birthday advent of gifts and from Dominique, who is one half of the lovely ladies at the Wool is the Answer podcast. Oh, they are brilliant. They are so cute. Right.
I'm so glad I decided to open that one.
And the next one is a yarn-shaped one.
You have too much yarn already. There's yarn all over the house.
We are sitting in a
Mum
den
has-
of Squishmallows and
That's
you're telling
my
me I have
obsession.
too much yarn.
It says, Lay Family Yarn Bood.
Buckle.
Buckle.
Buckle. I've got a feeling I should know how to say that word.
That word. Right there. We're not sure how to say that. Okay.
I like Lay Family yarn.
Okay, close your eyes. I'm going to show them. Look at that. That is amazing.
Can I see the amazing yarn?
Open. It's fluffy.
Oh, that's why I
made
recognised the word. That's the type of yarn. Oh,
This is like the best one.
Oh, what can I do with that?
I opened some good ones today.
I could make a fluffy stripe and some socks.
For me.
That would be amazing.
Me.
Fluffy striped socks.
Me.
Thank you, Dominique. Right, let's say goodbye and end with a little vision
You
of the
knocked
den.
Lara over. She's a cupcake.
Good night.